so hello everyone. Today it's our lesson number 15. So we are finishing module number 3. And I hope that you've worked with all these topics. Maybe you have access to the platform. There are some activities uploaded there. So let's see. We're gonna start today working. We're gonna do a little review later on, because as you know, we are going to have a test next class. It's gonna be mock test. It's gonna be a written exam. I don't know if you had access to the last lesson. There you have some activities that you have to practice in order to work with this review for the final exam. In case you didn't, I'm gonna share this worksheet that you have to work with. Let's see. Activity and also a writing activity. Okay, well, as I get that, let's work with today's lesson. See, there are some activities that we're going to do in order to review these activities, these resources, sorry. Okay, to begin with, we're going to start with this speaking task. We've worked with these ideas last class, so that we have to do this role play. Now that we are, let's say, we're going to work. Yes, there are 3 of us. So let's say speakers 1 and speakers 2. This is what we were talking about last lesson. This idea of, okay, stating that maybe our team might have some problems that are related to everyday activities. Okay, so here there is an example for Sophia Hill, that's going to be speaker 1, and Kelly Harris, speaker 2. So, sorry, Cynthia's here. I'm going to meet her. The idea was that you had to think about some everyday problems that may occur at the mining site. And also we have dealt with some vocabulary that's, let's say, specific vocabulary, for example, adjectives or useful phrases to use at problem-solving situations, okay? So this is a model that you have to follow in order to practice this speaking task. For instance, she presented a report to warn everyone about pollution in the air, which causes poor health conditions. And on the other hand, he is in charge of designing, creating, and providing sustainable projects in the company. So now that we are 4 of us, say Mariana, Cynthia, Pablo, and Cecilia, we are going to work in group of 2 and try to think about any of these situations, problematic situations that may happen at work, and each of you is going to take or act out one of these roles. So on the one hand, someone is going to be in charge of checking and reporting problems that are related to environmental aspects. You have recently presented a report, explain the problem, give details, and ask for help. And if you're speaker 2, you're part of a team which works on environmental projects. Ask about the problem, take notes, and think of a possible solution. And then finally, you have to explain how you approach the situation. Let's try to do a review of what we've been working with regarding this environmental problem. Do you remember there were three main focus that we had regarding this, the mining industry and its impact on the environment? Do you remember which of them, some of them? When we were discussing, there were like three main aspects regarding this idea of how this mining industry impact, I mean, let's say in a positive or a negative way into the environment. Do you remember them? One of them was water, yes, and that's what we've been working with, this idea of pollution on water that is related to how we use these resources in order to get or obtain, let's say, the least amount of pollution, yes, at this point. The other one is related to nature, yes, to crops, to agricultural activities, yes. And then the third one was related, let's say, with a social view, this idea of how mining might affect these the nearby communities that a project or a new project might have. Okay, so básicamente los tres puntos que vamos a tener en cuenta son la contaminación del agua específicamente y cómo se trata esta idea. Tenemos la segunda que tiene que ver con todo lo que son cultivos y la actividad agrícola. Y por último, tenemos entonces cómo afecta de manera el impacto social que tiene en algunas comunidades cercanas a los proyectos mineros. Okay, so those are going to be our three key elements, our three key aspects related to this impact that the mining industry has. So that is related to this idea of environmental aspects. And as I have shown you before, there's going to be this idea of thinking about a problem, and that problem might be related to one of these key aspects. Okay, so the one that I have just shown you is related to which of these key aspects, the one that Sophia presented. What do you think is this related to when she talks about pollution? In this case, is related to the air. Is it related to the social aspects? Is it related to this agricultural view, or to which one?
I think it's related to social aspects because she talks about the poor health conditions that can cause the air pollution.
Okay, yes, thank you, Mariana. It can also be related to that, to this idea of how this can affect these nearby villages, or let's say small cities that they have. And you have to complete a forum in which you had to state your opinion related to these aspects. Okay, so in case you didn't complete that task, please try to do it as soon as possible. This idea that we have the platform is that you can still work while we are not having online lessons, let's say, per se. Okay, so did you review the adjectives we've been working with? Did you review the phrases that we have been working with last lessons? Do you need like a refresh now? or do you consider that you can do this activity taking into consideration the knowledge that you have right now? Do you need a review? Maybe we can do a review if you need it. Otherwise, we can start with this speaking task. I have already shown you this last class so that you had an idea what was planned for today. Okay, do you want to review the adjectives? Do you want to review the phrases, or do you want to go straight to the activity? Tell me, whatever you want. We're going to work on that.
Maybe.
Okay, so
Do a review.
yes. Okay, let's do a review. Thank you, Pablo. Yes, it's going to be just to pay attention to the adjectives, yes, that we need to focus on, and also some of the phrases. We have already discussed them, but it is always necessary to have like a very short review on that topic, okay? So these are in each of these situations, there are some specific phrases that we need in order to express our opinion. So declaring a problem, finding out more details, diagnosing a problem, making a suggestion, accepting a suggestion, rejecting a suggestion, and taking actions. Do you happen to remember any of them? Maybe you can add other phrases that are not the ones we've been working with. So if they fulfill the task, that is to say, if they fulfill, for example, this idea of declare a problem, it's going to be with the phrases that we had to work. Any ideas? So which phrases do we use in order to declare a problem? There was a listening activity that you had to complete that are related to this idea of declare a problem. The easiest one, okay, it seems we have a problem, or there is a problem related to the, I don't know, connection, to this, the teamwork, okay? What about finding out more details? ¿Qué podemos preguntar con la intención es encontrar o solicitar más detalles?
Creo que se tildó, ¿no?
Sí. Oh,
Ustedes
yo
también
estaba escuchando
escuchaban.
medio mal.
Ah, ok.
Muy
A ver, yo
mal,
también.
muy mal.
Sí, sí. Pensé que
Pensé
era
que
mi
era mi
internet.
internet.
No, no. Y creo que se cortó.
Se cortó.
Se cortó. Ahora volvió. Okay. Sorry, am I back? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
There was a connection problem. Okay, so before we go to the phrases, let's pay attention to these adjectives that we need to consider when describing a problem. Okay, pay attention to them, try to think about all of the options when we can use these adjectives. Okay, so let's say, okay, I don't know if you can, there it is, sorry, the screen was not sharing. These are the adjectives I was talking about. Okay, so pay attention to them. This idea is that you can use this vocabulary and in order to present these problematic situations that we were reviewing last class. Is there anyone that you don't know the meaning of?
Ongoing.
Okay, ongoing is something that is happening at this moment, okay, currently. It's an ongoing, es un problema en cuestión en el momento, okay. So urgent, persistent, severe, trivial, and important. Puede ser recurrente quizás en el momento. That's going to be one of these adjectives. Okay, so taking into consideration this idea of these adjectives that we need in order to describe a situation, because maybe we can face some problematic situations at work that are not that relevant. Yes, okay, there is a minor problem going on, or there is, let's not say insignificant, but let's say maybe a irrelevant one that is not related to at least to our work, to our team work. Maybe that's gonna be one that we need to use. Okay, so these are the adjectives that we need to focus on and to use them while describing our situations at work. And now we need to try to use these phrases, let's say, where are they? That you are going to try to use. Let's say, I'm going to share. Okay, this idea of, did you do this activity that you had to do last class related to the phrases? Si ustedes ya las hicieron, para poder revisarlas, y si no, vamos a hacer un pequeño repaso en base a eso. Estas frases ya las venimos trabajando con anterioridad. La idea es que, si no tienen ninguna duda, la podamos trabajar. Ok, acá está el link. So this is the link that you have to, I'm going to share it through the chat section. Say, there it is. Okay, and so those are the phrases that we need. Let me know if you can have a correct view of that worksheet, because these are the phrases that we've been working with. I want to share this. Here it is. Okay. I'm having some trouble. Okay, this is for the activity that you need to do. I'm having some trouble. Can you be a bit more specific? Have you tried? What about? Sounds like you may have. It could have something to do with. I'm not sure it is. In that case, it's probably, I'll come over. It looks like we have a serious problem. Are you saying? Don't suppose you. What I suggest is that I'll send down. I'm not sure about that idea, or the best thing would be to finally write that makes sense. Todas estas frases que estamos trabajando ahora son las que estuvimos desarrollando y las que teníamos que categorizar de acuerdo a la situación, okay? If we need to find out more details about a problem, which of these activities, which of these phrases are we gonna use, okay? The same with diagnosis a problem, making a suggestion, accepting or rejecting a suggestion, and finally taking action. That's gonna be our final step for this problem-solving solution. Okay, so these are the ones that you need to work with. We have already worked with them last lesson, but this idea is that you can use them while trying to do this speaking task. And then we're gonna do a very short review of the topics so that we can, so that we are ready for this lesson that is gonna be next Friday. It's gonna be our test. Okay, so if you didn't finish or if you didn't complete this activity, please do it so that you have some more practice on this specific topic that is going to be the last one of this module. Okay. You have the chat, ustedes tienen el link, ya se los envié, así que I will go back to the lesson that's for today. Here it is. Okay. There's some activities. These are all these situations that we might have to use when talking about these problem-solving solutions, situations. And let's go back to this speaking task. La idea principal, la actividad que tenemos que hacer ahora, que ya estuvimos trabajándola o más o menos viéndola la clase pasada para tener una idea de qué es lo que vamos a desarrollar. Okay, so speaker one is gonna be the one who states the problem. Okay, there is this problem, this is the situation, this is happening. Speaker two is the one who has to give a solution. Maybe it doesn't have to be like a final solution. It can also be something that is gonna be for the moment, that is gonna be a quick fix. So one is going to express the problem, and speaker number two is going to try to give a possible solution, a possible alternative related to this problem that was stated with speaker number one. Okay, so this is the model that you need to know. Okay, there is a problem that's going on for this activity. For example, last class, Pablo talked a little bit about a problem that they are having right now at their work site. Yes, this idea with the columns and everything that has to be changed. So maybe you can use that as a starting point for this conversation, for this dialogue, and try to find a feasible, something that has to be done, algo que pueda hacerse, a possible solution. Okay, so we are going to work in pairs. Yes, one is going to be the one who states the problem, and the one that solves the problem or maybe gives possible solutions is going to be speaker number two. The problems can be anything that you consider that may happen at the mining site. Okay, it can be, for example, as we told us, we have just told, it can be an ongoing problem. It can be, let's say, a critical problem, any kind of problem, or maybe it can be, let's say, a not relevant problem, maybe. This idea is that you state a problem, no matter how big or how small or how hard is that problem, and then you try to find a solution. So now, this idea of using all the vocabulary that we've been working with and be ready to share this dialogue, this role play for this specific situation. I will try to go to each small room, breakout rooms, and I'll be there if you need any help with that. So it's your idea, okay? It's your time to be creative and to use all this vocabulary that was presented previously and try to make it, let's say, to keep it real. Yes, try to use these situations that might happen at the work site, at this mining site, let's say. Okay. Let's say I'm gonna activate the breakout room so that we can go there. There are gonna be 2. And okay, we're gonna need to go to this reduced group sessions, and then we're going to be back. I'm gonna go to every room to explain. Maybe you need more help on that. Please accept this invitation to join the small rooms. Okay, please join the small rooms. They are very good. Okay, welcome back. Let's wait for Cynthia. Let's wait 2 minutes and Cecilia so that they can join us. Okay, here we are, Al Paz. Okay, so let's start. Who wants to share your dialogue, this idea of showing this problematic situation? Any volunteers?
Well, was speaking with Pablo about a recurrent problem that we have here in the platforms, the drilling platforms, because of the oil and fuel spillings from the machines to the ground. And as this is cellar, all this contamination can go to the underground water if it is not treated properly and quickly.
Yes, perfect. Okay, that is this context of the problem. Perfect. And let's show us any dialogue that you have prepared.
Yeah.
Possible solutions, please.
Have you tried to put a rubber line to protect the ground from the oil and fuel?
Yes, the drilling machines have plastic called layer in the ground, and they make like pools with this plastic, so to prevent in order to prevent the contamination when it's a spill, it stays in the plastic. But sometimes, because of the pressure of the quantity of the spill, it also can go to the ground.
Okay, maybe the best thing could be to change the plugin device in order to select the correct one and uh, support more pressure.
Yes, that could be a solution. Also changing not only the plugins, so also the hoses. So to more resistance one. So they can break that easily with the pressure.
Yes, that might.
Perfect. Excellent. Is there any solution that maybe you can suggest? You, Pablo, can suggest to Mariana, but she's gonna reject that, something that is not gonna be possible. Do you happen to think anything? ¿Alguna idea que, pues sí, bueno, puedo darla como sugerencia, pero Mariana no la va a utilizar porque no es algo posible. Do you have any idea so that she can reject that solution?
Uh, I I told Mariana about the possibility to use a pool uh, to put the machine inside, but we talk about the high pressure and maybe need a big pool to avoid the problem. So maybe it's not the right solution.
Yes, maybe. Well, as the drilling machines are very big, like a truck size machine, it is not possible to build a pool in the size that the machine can be put in.
Perfect. Yeah. So that solution, that possible alternative, is not suitable for what you are looking for. Okay. That's perfect.
Yes,
So maybe you could say that, okay, that's a good option. However, that's not possible because of, okay,
yes,
because of the size of this pool, or because of it's gonna be an expensive intervention, or we don't have enough time. Okay, so try to give some specific details in order to show why that idea is not gonna work. Perfect. Okay,
yes.
great. Thank you, Paulo. Thank you,
Thank
Mariana.
you.
Okay, let's see, Cecilia, Cynthia, what were you talking about? What problem were you discussing? And if you can show us a little bit about your act out.
Okay, we were talking about social problems in the mining area. Okay, so Cynthia, I'm having a critical problem with some social aspects. Many indigenous people are leaving their home or are sick due to contamination with heavy metals or harmful chemicals that are used in the mine.
Okay, me and the team think that the one of the alternative is more control, how the mining company work in production or how mining impacts in the community. And other alternative is hire other other company to talk with the community.
But are you saying that you're not responsible for this? I'm not sure it's a long-term solution.
Okay, so the other alternative and we think is the best thing would we talk with the community. We yes, we talk with the community.
Okay, if you don't hire an anthropologist, for example, to make some service with the community, it looks like we have a serious problem here.
Okay, in that case, it's probably, it's okay.
Okay, thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you. That's all, Miss.
Miss. Parece que estuvo re mal.
No sé. Se fue.
Ah, ¿se fue?
Parece que se
Yo
cortó.
digo, nos quedamos mirando, esperando más.
I'm back. I'm back.
Se debe haber cortado.
I'm here.
Ah,
No, it was great. It was great. The part that I could hear, it was great. Yes, it was perfect. You included all the vocabulary. Yes. There, here I am. Yes, I was listening to you girls.
Okay.
Yes, you've included all the vocabulary. I couldn't hear the last part. Sorry, it was like this delay, but it was perfect. Okay, so you've included the problem, give possible solutions, this idea of alternatives, but not that was not the correct or the right alternative. So that was perfect. Great, girls. Well done. Okay. Let's say now we are going to review for this exam that we are having next class. There, okay, there you have the link if you happen to see that. So this is the link, and this is the similar activity that you're gonna have. ¿Sigo ahí en la reunión? Con razón, salí.
Hola.
Okay. So, sorry for that. This is a similar next test that's going to be next Friday. So there we have a reading section, questions, yes, related to this text in order to review your reading comprehension. Then this idea of choosing true or false. And finally, a writing section.
Flor se corta un poco.
Se cortó, ¿no? Okay. Sorry, I was trying to show you this a mock exam, a similar exam for the one that we are having next Friday. Okay, I sent you the link. Example. Okay, here it is. So a reading section, there's gonna be a text that's related to these topics that we've been working with during these modules, module number 1, 2, and 3. Some questions, yes, related to this text. Okay, so we're gonna make some emphasis on the past, simple past. That's the grammar point that we've been working with for this last module. So you will have to answer them. Then maybe you have to choose true or false related to this text. And there's gonna be a writing section. For the text that we are having on next Friday, it's gonna be there are gonna be 3 sections: reading, writing, and listening. There's a similar activity that we did the previous lessons, okay? So that you have to complete maybe a dialogue according to what you listen, okay? So this is something that you will have to do related to the listening activity. So pay attention to this. It's going to be the format that we are having because we're working on the 4 main skills. And then later on, we're going to practice for the oral exam. Yes, remember that in order to finish the course, you need to present a written exam and also an oral exam that's going to be the oral, let's say, presentation of your project. Okay, so this is what you have to do. This was a review for the recorded lesson that we had. That was last Friday, that for the holidays. Very good. Okay. Whenever you have some time, let's try to do this. Okay. Sorry. Let's go back to these activities that are going to be a review related to all the topics that we've been dealing with. And let's say to practice a little bit of vocabulary, a little bit of everything related to these topics. I'm gonna share you the link so that you get there. There's for this all of it vocabulary, and let's see, it's on the chat section. I'm sending you the link. So this is the idea that we can do this together so that you know it is general knowledge. It is related to the topics we've been working with, but let's say if we can get them right. 63% of silver or gold is used in jewelry. Which one do you think is the right answer? Both of them? What kind of metals are we talking about when we talk about silver and we talk about gold? What kind of metals are they? Precious, very good. Precious metals. So do you think that 63% of the total amount of these precious minerals is gonna be silver or gold? According to what you know, it's not something that we've been working with. But what do you think? Do you think is it silver or is it gold?
Probably it's clear.
Okay, let's check. Let's see. No, it's cold. Okay. Habitat protection or destruction is one of the main issues of Mining Act. We were talking about this, the impact that mining industry has on the environment. So is habitat protection or destruction one of the main issues of Mining Act?
Habitat destruction.
Okay. Perfect. Let's see. Let's go. Argentina produces more than 55, okay, we're talking about kilograms here, or tons of gold per year. What do you think? Is it gonna be tons? Is it gonna be kilograms that our country produces? Any idea? It isn't right or wrong. Okay, let's check. Great. Gold was one of the first stones or metals. Is it gold a metal or a precious stone?
Metal.
So it was one of the first metals to be discovered, okay, related to the past. Also, there are 13 mines. Okay, this might not be regarding to this all of the new projects, but there are 13, let's gonna say mining projects, mines or mountains in Argentina.
Mining projects.
Talking about. Yes, mining projects, let's say. Wait, sorry. Okay. Do you remember what an open pit was? What is an open pit? When do we talk about open pit production?
In the mine of cielo abierto.
It's the opposite of underground mine.
Yes, perfect. So is it the biggest one, okay, when we talk about superlatives, la más grande? Is it in Utah or is it in Argentina?
Utah.
Okay. Yes, because you will know. And finally, computers or smartphones, contain more than 60 minerals that are obtained from mines. This we are going to go deeper on this topic. Do you think that computers or smartphones?
Smartphone.
Okay. There is a text related to this. Okay. There is one more. Okay, we got this one. Let's go to the next activity that's gonna be reviewing for the okay, I'm gonna share you the link so that you can have it. There it is. Okay, you can. There are some of these pictures that we've been working with, but also there are some ones that are related to our next module, that is safety, health and safety issues. Okay, so pay attention to it. This idea of getting to know what we have next. Okay, so you can do it by yourself. You just need to write your name. Vamos a hacerlo cada uno individualmente y después lo vamos a ir completando aquí entre todos. So, okay, so we have explosives, mine, gemstones, gold, coal. These are vocabulary that we have worked with. But, for example, backhoe, breathing mask, and tools, that's something that we didn't work with yet. But those are specific vocabulary for our next module that's related to safety at the mining site. Okay, so let's try to complete this. There is a definition, there is the pictures, there are some pictures, and you have to match them to the definitions. And also review some vocabulary, but at the same time, try to think about the new vocabulary that we are going to work with. Okay, so pay attention to this information, the definitions, and also try to think about this matching activity. Whenever you're ready, whenever you finished, just raise your hand so I know, and then we are going to review this all together. Okay, we're all done. Let's check. Definition number 1, a device worn over the mouth and nose to prevent the inhalation of noxious substances. What's that?
Breathing mask.
Yes, perfect. Breathing mask. Let's see, Cynthia, second one, please. Read the definition and tell me which of these are the ones that belongs to that definition.
Okay. Substance that can be made to burst violently. This is the second in my case. It's okay.
What is that?
Is explosive.
Perfect. Yes, substances. There was an S. And do you remember the name of the person that was in charge or that worked with explosive devices? What was the name of that?
Blaster.
Yeah, perfect. Let's see. Next one, Pablo. El que sea, porque fíjense que están en diferentes orden. So, the one for you, the next for you.
A place in the ground where substances such as coal and metal are removed. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
is mine.
What's that?
Mine.
Okay, that's a map. Perfect. Great. Let's see, Mariana. Next one, please.
Okay, the next one for me is a valuable metal that is used for making jewelry and ornaments. Gold.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay, Cecilia, next one, please. For you, next one for you.
A piece of equipment that you use with your hands to make or repair something. Tools.
Great, perfect. And next one, Cynthia, please.
Petrified material that when cut and polished can be used in jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Is ay, gemas.
Yes, las gemas, gemstones. Okay.
Yes. Es que no veo bien. Gemas. ¿Qué más dice?
Yes, gemstones.
Ah, gemstone. Ok.
Nosotros la vimos con otro nombre. Do you remember the names?
No, I don't remember.
No?
No.
Okay, precious stones, the same as
Ah,
precious metals. Okay, perfect. Gemstones or precious stones are the same. Todo lo que son las piedras preciosas. Perfect. Okay, Mariana, next one. There are two missing.
I try to remember what's the missing. Large machine for digging and moving earth. Backhoe.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. And then, so the last one, a hard black substance that can be burned to produce heat or power. That's gonna be coal.
Coal.
Okay? Yes, perfect. So those are this idea of reviewing vocabulary, this idea of not only reviewing, but also trying to think about the new words that are gonna be useful for this next module. Very good. So you have the link there for all of these activities, and we're going back to the presentation. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna show you another activity that's gonna be for review, but this is going to be related to this idea of starting a new module so that we are ready and we know what's gonna be this module about. Okay, while waiting for this, wait, the connection is not working properly. And while this activity can be uploaded as possible, let's say, we are going to, okay, it's a minute, it's not working. Okay, here it is. Okay. This on the chat, I'm sending you the link so that you can get there. Okay. Let's say I'm gonna share What is this? Here it is. Okay. So this activity is just to try to think about the topic that is going to be our key aspects for our fourth module. Yes, remember that there are 5 modules, and the last one is just related to the project writing, project making, and all of that activity, all of those activities. But now we're going to work with this safety, health and safety specialists. Those are the ones who work this work. And okay. So pay attention to some of these words. They are going to be quickly. They are going to appear quickly there. Pueden volver a tener la actividad esta después. Ir haciendo individualmente, okay? So you have to remember 7 elements. Okay, so these are the vocabulary, specifically these words that we're going to focus on for this new module, okay? So that you have, let's say, an idea of what we're going to work later on, okay? So all of these elements that we have seen, okay? So after this, let's wait some minutes. We're going to try to check the vocabulary and try to think if we know about this idea, if you use them at work, if you don't. Maybe if you are the mining site, you might use them. Otherwise, if you are working at any other industry, if you have ever used them or wore them, if they are going to be used in your body. Okay. And so let's say, what is a belt conveyor? Do you know what it means?
Yes. Una cinta transportadora.
Yes. Maintenance, what does this refer to? What is the key word for that? You remember? Mantenimiento, okay? So it is maintenance that can happen not only, sorry, but this process of keeping everything in order so that it's gonna be useful for us. Okay, maintenance, then it is safety equipment, proper guarding, miners accidents, belt conveyor, hoist, and those are the 7 elements. Cada vez que ustedes vuelvan a iniciar este juego, van a volver a aparecer diferentes palabras. Okay, so do you remember cuáles eran las que fueron mencionando? Maintenance, what else?
Belt conveyor.
Belt conveyor,
Miners accidents.
yes.
Safety
Police.
equipment.
Mine.
Proper
I
guarding,
know.
unguarded belt.
Okay. No, no somos muy buenos con el tiempo, chicos. Okay. Yeah, so you're going to work with that. There is no definition, there is nothing. It's just that you know and you happen to relate them. ¿Sí? Simplemente para verlo y saber qué es lo que vamos a trabajar en el próximo encuentro, ¿ok? En el próximo módulo. La idea es que ustedes ya tengan el vocabulario listo y que a partir de esto, no listo, sino que por lo menos tengan una idea de qué se va a tratar el módulo y empezar a trabajar a partir de eso, ¿ok? So all the links are there and you can play that game whenever you want. Okay. Yeah, entonces, to make things clear, we are having our for our 16th lesson, our test. Yes, as I told you, it's gonna be focused on listening task, a reading comprehension task, and a writing one. Okay, that is related to all the vocabulary and to all the texts we've been working with up to now. Okay, so everything and all the vocabulary that's going to be included, it's just the one that we've been working with. There's not going to be anything new. And for that, I ask you, yes, or I suggest you that you can access to the platform and check all these lessons and resources that are uploaded there. Pablo, you asked me for these PowerPoint slides. There is just one missing because it doesn't have the format that we had to. That is the first lesson. So I'm gonna share there these Google Docs activities so that you can have access to all the presentations. There's just one missing. That's why I didn't want to upload the rest of them. Okay, but it's gonna be tonight. It's gonna be there, the platform uploaded there. Okay, and do you have any questions, any ideas that you need to be that need to be clarified for this test that's gonna be next Friday? Any question? Any doubts that you might have?
What is the test duration?
Okay, we're going to have, very good, Pablo. We're going to have our lesson as usual. That's gonna say at 7 p.m. We're gonna have like 15 to 20 minutes as a review. Okay, and then we're going to have exam. This idea is that it takes you at least from half an hour to 45 minutes. Okay, depending on how difficult the tasks may result to you. Okay, I am gonna be connected anyway. If you happen to have there's any inconvenience or related to technical issues, yes, I'm gonna be on this online session as well. Okay, so it's gonna be the same as our everyday, or let's say our Wednesday and Friday lessons. It's gonna be the same time. And if you need any, let's say, to clarify a topic or to clarify a term, or maybe to clarify something related to the test, you will be able to ask about it. Okay, as I told you, of course, it's gonna be an online worksheet that you have to complete, fulfill it with your full name, and then include my email address, as we've been working with up to now.
Okay.
Okay, any other doubt that you need to be clarified? Anything that you would like to ask?
Miss, su email, ¿cómo es? Florencia Irma Meneses.
I'm writing there.
Ok. Yo le mandé el listening, la tarea del listening al correo, no sé si le habrá llegado. Porque en la
Yes.
plataforma. Ah, ok.
Was it today?
No, el lunes.
Okay, I wanna. Let's see.
Mi duda surge porque en la plataforma me figura como que no entregué, digamos, el trabajo, pero yo lo envié al correo.
En la plataforma, ok, te va a salir en la plataforma que no está presentado porque es una actividad externa.
Ah, ok. Okay.
Yes. Al ser, digamos, si fuera una actividad, por ejemplo, de tener que subir o completar una respuesta en la plataforma, te la toma y automáticamente aparece como realizada. Pero como tenés que hacer clic y entrar a una red externa, no te va a aparecer, digamos, como hecha en el momento.
Bien, gracias.
That is my email.
Flor, yo tenía
Yes.
otra consulta. Con respecto a la evaluación final, ¿sería
Ujú.
este examen o también debería presentarse el
No, el de ahora, sí, our exam is gonna be like a mock exam, yes, that we're going to have at the end of the course. Okay, and then for the final exam, you will have the same format: reading comprehension activity, writing, and listening task. And then for the oral exam, that's gonna be your presentation, your project, yes?
Okay.
That is gonna be.
Yeah.
So this idea that there have been many classes, so try to evaluate up to now all the topics that we've been dealing with, and so that we have an idea. Okay, I need to focus on this, I need to pay attention to that. Okay, so for the final exam, you're ready for it. Okay, so that is my email address. The attendance list has been shared. Do you have it? Yes? Okay. So complete the form, fill in the form. So we know that we've been here. And okay, so please try to be here next Friday if you happen to have any situation that is going against this test. Please let us know as soon as possible so that we can try to solve that situation. Okay, so we're going to be back next Friday. 15 up to 20 minutes gonna be for a review, trying to clarify any doubts, and then we're going to start with our test. Yes, this idea so that we are ready for the final written test, and then we're going to practice a little bit more for the oral presentation of your final project. That is gonna be module number 5. Okay, so do you have any doubt, an extra doubt that you need to be clarified? If not, complete please the attendance list, and then we are free to go.
Okay, thank you, Florencia.
Okay, thank you, Cecilia.
Thank
Nice to see you
you.
again. Okay,
Thank
bye-bye, Mariana. Bye,
Well,
Cecilia.
good night.
Bye, Miss.
Bye. Enjoy your day.